A big market mover this morning is gold. Prices plunging overnight, off right now more than $20, hovering at 5-year lows. But overnight, they have been down more than $40. Take a look at this chart. You can see this sharp decline as you were sleeping, bringing back memories of the flash crash. Phil Flynn is standing by at the CME Group. Phil, what is your take on this move? What happened?
Well, in the middle of the night, there was a massive sell order. Someone estimates to be like $2.7 billion in nominal gold, basically as a market order that just collapsed the market. We saw a drop of almost $50 in less than 1 minute. And the question is, why the heck is this happening? Is it a fund that has to meet a big margin call? And if that's the case, why would they dump it all at one time? Is it China, trying to drive down prices? So there's a lot of speculation. Nobody knows why. But one of the interesting things that I remember back in 2013, after the Cyprus crisis in Europe, there was similar selling of gold in the middle of the night. We had these massive sell orders that came out of nowhere. And again, so there's a lot of speculation that something's going on behind the scenes.
I always say that the China story is a cop-out. Phil, I remember my trading days in Chicago, and anytime there was a big move in the market, it was like, China's buying, China's buying. But hey, it very well could be the case. If you're trying to shore up to pay off some margin calls there, you might be selling something like gold. So it could be the story here.
Well, the China reserve that was released last week was a big surprise to the market, because during the last reporting period before April 9, China added over 72% to their gold reserve. This time they only added about 60%. A lot of the traders were saying it should have been much higher than that. They think they're lowballing the number, but you can only go by the numbers that China gives you.
I don't know, Dagen, everybody's watching this move. At one point when we were all sleeping, or I guess before some people went to sleep, $40 is a big move in the price of gold, especially at gold's price of $1,100.
That's what you get for investing in what is essentially dirt. It produces zero income. It has no industrial uses for the most part, right? And again, let's talk to the people who back 4 years ago, right around the time that gold was peaking at its all-time high, were telling people to buy. That fiat currencies were going to fall apart. The world was going to HE double hockey sticks, and they've lost 40% of their money from there.
Wow. Okay. So,
it has this magical property that nobody can put their finger on. When if you want to invest in commodities or any other stores of value, there are other ones that have more industrial uses, that have applications around the world, and that.
But people are still trying to price in that first interest rate hike by the Federal Reserve. And Janet Yellen said last week that there's likely going to be an interest rate rise this year. Even though so many people were pushing forecasts out into 2016, that would strengthen the U.S. dollar and be weak for these commodities.
There's no doubt about it, and I think that's another thing that's at play here. But, going back to Dagen's point, if gold is such a terrible investment, why are global central banks buying it like crazy? If it's so worthless, why does Russia buy gold for their reserve? Why did China add to their gold reserves at all? That's a big question.
I'm going to take investment advice from central bankers, Phil, right?
No, I'm not saying you should for an investment viewpoint, but what it comes down to the fundamental question: what is this gold all about? Why, if it's so worthless, why are we at $1,100 an ounce? And why don't we outperform the stock market for the last decade?
It goes to your point. Would you want to invest against a central bank? Are you going to invest against when you can't get any money?
Well, let me tell you something. It's not worthless, Dagen, because people are paying $1,100 an ounce for it right now.
And people will vote for Donald Trump too.